In this lesson, lesson 4.1, our essential question is, repeat after me, how does breaking apart a number make it easier to add? Go ahead and open your workbooks to page 237. You can pause the video to do that. All right, on this page, it asks us to use base 10 blocks to show the word problem that I'm going to read to you, but instead we're just going to go straight to a quick picture. So close your eyes and visualize as I read this word problem to you. Griffin read 27 books about animals and 6 books about space. How many books did he read? So we're going to think about the beginning, the middle, and the end of this story. So think about what happened at the beginning of this story. That's right, Griffin read 27 books. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that at the beginning. Griffin read 27 books about animals. In the middle of the story, he read 6 books about space. So I'm going to put a 6 in. How many books did he read? So at the end, we have a question, and that is what we are trying to find, how many books he read. So think about what we would do with these two numbers to figure out how many books that he read. Would we add these numbers, combine them together, or would we take the 6 away from the 27 and subtract? That's right, we're going to combine them to see how many books altogether that he read. So we're going to start by drawing a quick picture for the number 27. So we're going to use this side for our 10s and this side for our 1s. If we draw 27, we know that there are how many 10s in 27? That's right, there are 2 10s. And how many 1s are in 27? 7 1s. Now when I draw my 1s, I'm going to pretend like I have a 10 frame. So I'm going to draw 5 at a time. And we know that the bottom of the 10 frame has another 5. But 27, we have 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and pause your video and go ahead and draw this quick picture for 27. All right, so we have our first number drawn, the books about animals that Griffin read, 27. And we're going to combine the 6 books that he read about space. So if we draw 6, how many 10s are there in 6? That's right, there are no 10s, so we're not going to draw any 10s over here. How many 1s are there in 6? That's right, there are 6 1s. So again, when I draw my 6, I'm going to pretend like there is a 10 frame. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to go to the second row of my 10 frame, 6. Go ahead and pause the video and draw 6. All right, so now, if we look at these two numbers, there is an easier way that we can add than count all of these 1s. What we can do is we can kind of break apart the 6 in order to make the 7 1s 10 altogether. So picture your 10 frame. How many more 1s would we need in the 7 to make it another 10? That's right, we need 3 more 1s. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3 1s from down here in the 6, and we're going to put those 1s up here. So we took 3 away from the 6. So how many 1s are left in the 6? That's right, there's 3. So since we took the 3 1s from the 6 and made the 7 1s 10, we now have another 10 that we can put over here so that it is easier to count 10 than it is 10 1s. So we no longer have these 10 1s, we regroup them as a 10. And then how many 1s do we have left? We have 3. So how many 10s are there altogether? 1, 2, 3. And how many 1s are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3 10s and 3 1s equals how many books that Griffin read? That's right, he read 33 books altogether. Pause the video to finish showing your quick picture and showing that you regrouped 10 1s for another 10 by taking 3 from the 6, and then come back to the video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn the page. Look at page 238, and we are going to solve this problem two different ways. We're going to break apart the ones like we just did to make a 10 and then add, because it's easier to count tens than it is ones. So our problem is 27 plus 8. So 27 has 2 tens and 7 ones. And if you look, they are pretending like there's a 10 frame. They just kind of turned it sideways. So there's going to be 5 and 5, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to show 27. And then if we look at the 8, again, it's like a 10 frame but turned sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to think to ourselves, how many ones do we need to take over to the 7 ones to make another 10? That's right, we need to take these 3 ones over here to make another 10. So if we look at the 8, then we are taking 3 of the ones from the 8 to make 27 30. Because if we take these over, we will have 3 tens, which would make 30. 10, 20, 30. And then how many of the ones do we have left of the 8 if we took 3? That's right, we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 27 plus the 3 more made 30, plus the 5 more ones that are left over. So what is 30 plus 5? That's right, 35. And if 30 plus 5 is 35, then 27 plus 8 is also 35. Think about this. Is it easier to add 30 plus 5 or 27 plus 8? It's easier to add 30 plus 5. So by breaking apart the 8, the second addend, to make this first addend an even tens number like 30, it makes it easier to add. Go ahead and write your answers in. Think about what we just did. Pause the video to do that. All right, we're going to look at a couple of problems together. We're going to draw a quick picture to show this, and then we're going to do some more problems over on the other page. So we have 15 plus 7. So our first step is to draw a quick picture for 15. So they drew 1 10 and 5 ones. Remember to make it look like a 10 frame. And then they drew the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 ones. So we want to break apart the 7 to make 15 an even tens number. So if we think about our tens frame, how many ones do we need to move over to these 5 ones to make this another 10? That's right, we're going to take 5 of the 7. I'm actually going to do this to show you that. So we're taking 5 of the ones from the 7, and that is now making this 20. 10, 20. And how many ones do we have left of the 7? We have 2 ones left. So we're adding 20 plus 2. What is 20 plus 2? That's right, it's 22. So 15 plus 7 also equals 22. Go ahead and pause the video and show your work on that problem. All right, let's look at number 2 together. Now we are going to have to draw our own quick picture. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a quick picture for 26. So how many tens are there in 26? That's right, there's 2 tens. Pause the video and draw your 2 tens. All right, how many ones are there in 26? That's right, there's 6 ones. So remember when you draw them to put 5 at a time, just like a turned around tens frame. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more makes 6. Go ahead and pause the video and draw your 6 ones in. All right, next we need to draw a quick picture for 5. So we know 5 is just 5 ones. Again, we want it to look like a turned around 10 frame, so we're just going to draw 5 ones. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, let's look at the 6 ones. So we have 26. We're going to break apart the 5 to make 26 with another 10, which would be 30. So how many of these ones do we need to move over to make the 10 frame filled? That's right, 4. So we're going to show that we're taking these 4 ones from the 5, and we're going to combine them with the 6 ones from 26. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. So now we have taken 4 of the ones. We have 1 left. So now instead of 26, we now have 10, 20, and 10 more is 30. Plus the 1 extra 1. So 30 plus 1 equals 31. So 26 plus 5 also equals 31. Pause the video to show that work and then return. All right, if we look over, what you're going to do is you're going to be doing the quick check problems by drawing a picture, showing how you break them apart, or how you break apart the second add-in to make this first add-in an even tens number. But we're going to go over and do number 5 together on the next page before you do that. If you'll look, there's not a big space to make a quick picture, but you can get a whiteboard, or you can get some paper if you want to draw a quick picture, or you can try to draw a quick picture smaller, or you can just do the breaking apart, showing the breaking apart of the second add-in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about 23, and I'll go ahead and draw a quick picture just to show you this, except for it's really going to be hard to see how it would be a 10 frame. And then the 9 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we're going to think about breaking this 9 apart to make 23 an even tens number. So we have 2 10s and 3 1s. How many more 1s would we need to make these 3 1s 10? Let me think. 3 plus what equals 10? Well, I know I would need to fill in 2 more here, and I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So altogether, I would have 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go over here and show that I'm taking 7. Again, it's really hard to see when it's little. I'm taking 7 1s from over here to make this another 10. So I now have 10, 20, 30. I took 7 1s from my 9. How many 1s are left of my 9 if I took 7? That's right, there's 2. So I'm going to add that 2 to the 30. So what is 30 plus 2? That's right, it's 32. So 23 plus 9 is also 32. Pause the video to show that work. All right, I'm going to do 48 plus 5 with you. I'm not going to draw a quick picture this time. I'm going to see if I can just do it by breaking apart that 5 and showing it that way. So if I think about 48 and I think about counting by tens and think about what tens number comes after 48, I know that if I make one more 10, it's going to be 50. So I want to try to make 48 50 by adding more 1s to the 8 to 48. So if I look at 48, I know that 8 1s, how many more 1s would I need to make 10 1s? 8, 9, 10. I would need 2 more 1s. So I'm going to break the 5 apart. I'm going to take 2 of them to make 48 another 10, which would make it 50. And then I have how many of that 5 left? If I took 2, how many would be left? There would be 3 left. So I'm going to add that to my 50. 50 plus 3 equals 53. So therefore, 48 plus 5 equals 53. Go ahead and pause the video, or actually stop the video, to go ahead and complete this, and then go back and do the quick check problems 3 and 4, and then you can continue over on these 4 problems, and then take a try at doing the go deeper and think smarter problems.